Hello year one, I hope you're all well. I'm here today to do a little bit of maths. We are going to recap all our adding and subtracting. We're only going to use numbers within 10 today just to make sure that you're all getting that knowledge in, and then we'll make it a little bit harder every week. So we're going to start off by drawing our part whole model. Does anyone remember how to do that? Should we have a go? So we are going to need a circle for our whole. We can then bring off one line for our part and another line for our part. So we've got our whole and both of our parts. So we are going to start off remembering how to do some adding. So our first question is going to be 6 add 3 equals something. So who thinks they know where I'm going to put these into my part whole model? Good, they are parts. So 6 goes in one, 3 goes in the other. Then we need to try and find out what is going to go into our whole. So you might want to use your fingers. You might see if you've got anything in your house you can use. Maybe you can do it in your head, but we're going to give it a go. So we're going to put 6 in our heads and 3 on our fingers, and we're going to count forwards because we are adding. So we're going to go 6, 7, 8, 9. So our whole is 9, which means our answer is 9. Good job, everybody. So that's how we do our adding. Now let's have a go at taking away. Let's have a think of a question. Let's do 7 take away 2 equals what? Now this gets a little bit trickier when we do this, doesn't it? Because our whole has to be our biggest number. And if we're taking away, our biggest number is now at the beginning. So our whole is now 7. If our whole is 7, that means 2 is a part. So we've got to find out what the other part is. So we're going to do 7, we're going to get that into our heads, and we are going to take away 2. So 7, 6, 5. There's our 2. We landed on 5, so our part is 5, which means our answer is 5. Good, so we've had a little bit of a recap on how we use our part whole models. If you think you want to give this a go, your parents or your adults at home maybe can set you some questions to have a go with this. I have got some for you to do at the end, but for those of you who are finding this okay and think maybe we can move on to the next part, we're going to do that now. So we're going to make things a little bit more complicated because we're going to do some missing number questions. So we're going to start with 4 add something equals 6. Ooh, how do we think I'm going to work that out? We're going to draw our part whole model again. Now, this time, we've got our biggest number. So where am I going to put that? Good, I'm going to put it at the top. So I've got 6 at the top as my whole, which means that 4 is a part. So I need to find out how I get from 4 to 6. So this time we're going to get 4 in our heads and we're going to count up until we get to 6, yes? Remember, you've got to stop me when I get to 6. So we're going to go 4, 5, 6. Stop. How many fingers? 1, 2. So our missing part is 2, which means my 2 goes in the box. Should we have another one? Because that's a little bit tricky. Let's have a think of some numbers we can do. We are going to have this time, we're going to have, let's do 2 add something equals 8, a big number. Now, where does my biggest number go? Who can remember? Good. It's my whole. I then have 2 as my part. So now here comes the tricky bit. We've got to count from 2 until we get to 8. So we're going to start from 2 and we've got to stop when we get to 8. Yes? Ready? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How many fingers was that? Let's have a go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. So our missing number is 6, which means our 6 needs to go into the box. Good. So what do we think happens if we change this to a takeaway? Let's have a go, because I think it might change a little bit how we do it. What do you think? What about if we have 7 take away something equals 3? It does, doesn't it? Because this is no longer my biggest number. My big number is now at the front. So I have my 7 as my big number and my 3 as my part. Can I still do the same thing? Can I still count from 3 to 7 like we did before? Or shall I count from 7 back to 3? Shall we give it a go and see if we get the same number? So we'll start by counting from 7 back to 3. So we're going to go 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. What do I get? 4. So let's see if it works by counting from 3 to 7. We're going to go 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I can do it both ways because I still get the answer 4. Let's try it with a different number now, just to make sure that we're still doing okay. So this time I'm going to have 9 take away something equals 7. So which is my big number? Good, it's my 9. So my 9 goes at the top. My 7 goes as a part. So let's start by counting from 9 to 7. So we're going to go 9, 8, 7. Got 2. Let's double check that by going from 7 to 9. We're going to go 7, 8, 9. Good. So my missing part is 2. Fabulous. Now, are we ready to make it even more complicated? If you think you struggled with that one enough, then maybe your adults can write you some more questions and you can have a go at doing it together, or you can re-watch that part just to have another go and make it fresh in your mind. So let's start by drawing our part whole model, and this time we are going to have our missing number at the beginning. So we're going to start with some adding questions. So we're going to have something add 3 equals 10. So when we add, our big number is always at the end, isn't it? So we know that our whole is at the end, so we can add that in there. Then if that's our whole, the 3 has got to be a part. So we can count from 3 up to 10. This time, without me doing it on my fingers, I want to see if you can do it on your fingers. Ready? Off you go. Good. Are you going to get the same answer as me? I'm getting 7. So 7 add 3 equals 10. Have a check and see how you did it. Good job. Now, so that is pretty similar to when that's in the middle. Let's try it with a takeaway though, because this is where it changes slightly. So if I have something, take away 5 equals 2. Now, when I do a takeaway, my whole is at the beginning, my big number. So I can't fill in my whole. So what does it mean these two are then? If it can't be my whole, it's got to be the parts. So we have 5 and 2. What can we do with our parts? We can't take them away. We have to add them, don't we? Because to make the whole, to make it bigger, we add. So we're going to do 5, add 2. We're going to go 5, 6, 7. What did I get? I got 2, 7. So my answer is 7. Take away 5 equals 2. Now, we've done lots of practice. So Mrs. Surridge and I have set you some questions. So what you can do is when I show you them, you can pause this video and write them down so that you get them all. Ready? Off you go. So you can see we've got some mild, some hot and some spicy ones there. So when you're ready, you can pause this picture and write them all down. As you can see, in our mild, we have just got our normal number sentences. With our hot, we are missing that middle number. And with our spicy, we are missing the first number. Good. So, let me know how you get on with those, and if you need a little refresher, you can go back and watch the video to show you, or you can ask your grown-ups for help. Speak soon.